gentlemen, turn your speakers up. It's time for the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. A podcast discussing all things AEW and WWE. Oh yeah! Let's meet the hosts. First, a man hailing from the hub city in Indiana. He goes by @TooSweetKyle on Twitter. The host, Kyle Gagliardi. And your co-host, hailing from the valley of Lake Tahoe. He goes by @JimTuck89 on Twitter. Jim Tucker. And last but not least, hailing from the cornfield somewhere in Indiana, the full-time part-timer, Ian Garavaglia. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram @PodOnTheMark.
What is going on, everyone? You're listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, hosted by the Marks, for the Marks, and I am your host this evening, Mr. OTM Kyle Gagliardi. And as you can see on screen, I am not joined by the full-time part-timer Ian Garavaglia. I am not joined by Tucky, and I am not joined by Brett. I'm flying solo for the first half of this episode because I will be joined by the bastard sons of professional wrestling, the Leo brothers. Can't wait to get into that. Yeah. But before we do, guys, I can't wait to talk about Backlash as well, because we, believe it or not, are only a couple weeks removed from WrestleMania. We already got another PLE to talk about, so sit back, relax, and strap it down. We are here for episode 290, so hit that subscribe button because we are on the road to 600 subscribers here at the OTM podcast. We are live every single Thursday, and sometimes we even interview independent wrestlers like we do here today. Make sure you visit the onthemarkwrestlingpodcast.com to check out the merch that we have to offer. We have OTM merch. We have main event wrestling merch. You can get that tapestry that's behind me, the coffee mug, the hat. We got plenty of options over here. You can't get this polo though. This is a one-of-one polo, unfortunately. So only Mr. OTM gets that. But if you want to keep up with everything that we got going on here at OTM and at the Main Event Wrestling Network, make sure you're following us @PodOnTheMark and @MainEvent_net, because we are just a week away from another sponsored event by the Main Event Wrestling Network. It's Warrior Wrestling Hallowed Ground, taking place in South Bend, Indiana at the Bendix Arena. And guys, if you've been a fan of this show, you know that we love us some Warrior Wrestling over here. And there's a brand new tag team that is making waves in the independent wrestling scene and here now in Warrior Wrestling. So I think we just stop the chit chat and we get into the good stuff. So everyone, please help me in welcoming to OTM for the very first time, the bastard sons of professional wrestling, Don and Jay, the Leo brothers. What's going on, fellas? How we doing?
How we doing? Not too much. Happy to be here. Give you a little bit of our time.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys giving us some time. Jay, I know you sustained an injury a couple weeks ago. I got to know, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Yeah, we went to Canada for a show, and we're in a pretty sweet match. And at the end of the night, I walked away with a little bit of a hand injury. But we're on the mend. We're healing a lot faster than expected. So, don't mean it doesn't mean that our boys in this upcoming Warrior event are safe.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I was going to say, don't give them any target practice now. Don't let them know about the injury.
We're pretty sure he broke his hand on someone's face. So I mean,
yeah, that happens. That happens. You throw enough punches, eventually you're going to break a hand off on a forehead or two.
Fair enough. Good to hear that you're recovering pretty quick. But I know you guys have that huge 6-man tag coming up next Friday alongside Trevor Outlaw. But I want to go way back to the very beginning before we discuss that match. So most wrestlers and most of us fans, we have a specific moment or a memory where we just fell in love with the business. So I got to ask you guys, was there that specific moment for both of you where you were like, okay, yeah, professional wrestling is where I'm meant to be?
Yeah, I mean, I remember mine vividly. As I was doing a lot of theater and drama stuff in school, and but I didn't really know if that's what I wanted to do. Like, I really didn't know what I wanted to do after I got out of high school. And that was making me kind of nervous because all my friends were telling me what they wanted to do and all the plans they had and the ways they were going to do that. And I was, I was scared. And then one day, our younger brother was watching Monday Night Raw, and I was walking by, and the guy on the screen that caught my eye was Chris Jericho. And I was like, who is this guy wearing a scarf in these little trunks in front of all these people? And why is he yelling at the other guy? And it just drew me in. And I remember I just sat and watched it with him, and I was seeing all the elements of the theater and elements of like sports I'm also a big like comic book fan. And pro wrestling to me is like superheroes and villains come to life. You get to be in a comic book with our costumes and our moves, which are our powers and stuff like that. So I just fell in love with every aspect of it. And from then, I think from that night, I was like, this is what I got to do. I think I found it.
I love that. What about you, Don?
I feel like mine was kind of like similar. I have a very vivid memory of like, and I remember even if I was watching wrestling at the time, but a very vivid memory of my mom asking me what I wanted to do when I grew up. And I told her I wanted to be a professional wrestler. And, like as any good mother, like she was supportive, but also in the sense of like, like what else do you want to do with your life type of thing. And, I did, like I said, we were kind of chatting early before the pod, like, went on to college and did all that. But it's like, I always told myself I wanted to do professional wrestling before just try it before I hit a certain age. And it was just like, I think about when I was a kid playing like WWF No Mercy on
the best
Nintendo, like probably one of the best Nintendo wrestling games in my opinion. But like, I never was like, I always play as this guy. I was always creating characters, and I was always trying to be whatever wrestler I currently was obsessed with. Like if I was obsessed with Stone Cold, my created character had all of his finishes, it had all of his moves, my gear kind of looked like him, and I probably came up with some name that slightly sounded like it. And I did that with like The Rock, I did that with Undertaker, I did that with Kane, I did it with Mankind, I did it with Cactus Jack, I did it with like everybody I feel like that like existed during the Attitude Era. And then like I started like torrenting stuff on my mom's laptop to watch like big pay-per-views.
We've all been there.
Yeah, if anyone remembers LimeWire.
Shout out.
But
Not an ad, by the way.
Like, there was always that part of me in the back of my mind that wanted to do that, but I never had a lot of people that watched wrestling with me. And I just got to a point where I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna go do this, and the rest was just kind of like history.
Hell yeah, I love that. And you guys are obviously known for your hard-hitting, chaotic style of wrestling. So I got to know who you guys trained by, and who are some of the biggest influences that actually shaped the way you guys wrestle today.
We got training at quite a few places because we were always under the impression, we were always told that you never stop learning.
Still are.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And so we started here, like close to home, at a promotion called Pure Pro Wrestling, run by Xavier Justice, and he taught us. Without him, like we really wouldn't understand wrestling the way we do.
100%.
And he really instilled in us that like, if you want to be the best, you got to continuously learn from the best, and you got to always want to learn. And so that helped us find more places in Michigan. And then we thought, well, let's learn about wrestling everywhere. The next place was Canada. We trained at the Can-Am dojo. My brother a little bit more than me, under Scott Demore and Josh Alexander.
Yep. Reversal coached there a lot as well. We got some time with Johnny Bravo as well there, and as well as like some sessions at UCW as well with Bravo and like seminars and things like that.
Right.
He's someone we're pretty close with. Trying to think, there was one other person who was coaching at Can-Am, Giselle, would always be there helping out. She was really helpful as well. There were great people working there at Can-Am. That was some really good experience. I went down there for like a year straight of learning from them and learning that like Canadian style. That was really good. And then after that,
the biggest jump was when we found out we could go train with former WWF light heavyweight champion Taka Michinoku.
Oh, okay.
he was opening his dorms to students like internationally, and we
Mhm.
wanted to be a part of it and learn from him.
Mhm.
And that was like the biggest example of like, if you want to be the best, learn
Yeah.
from some of the best, you know?
Mhm.
And so we made it happen. We
did.
much, we lived in Japan for a month in August.
Month straight.
And we trained with Taka, and we worked at his promotion, and then we also worked at another independent there,
Yes.
and just kind of learned what it was like to be a Japanese wrestler. And
honestly, live in Japan, because we weren't like stationed in Tokyo or anything. We were about an hour or so outside of it, but we were in Chiba, and it was, man, it was great because we were not in a touristy town there, and it was outstanding because we really got to feel what it was like to like live there for a month.
Was it a culture shock to you guys being there for a month, or did you feel like you didn't really
I would
fully
say the first week was like a culture shock, and then we started to like kind of feel like we were able to blend in a little bit more.
Sure.
But like also like, I hate to say, like, us being too like, we're not even like that tall of guys, but just being like bigger like wrestlers and stuff like that, it was hard for us not to stick out. Like, especially in a smaller like a town like that, it was just like we very obviously were the foreigners in that town. And then we're just a little bit larger, so every now and then we get like compliments on like people being all like macho to us and stuff. Which is
you
fun.
passed the airport test there.
Hey, the first airport we ever got recognized in was
Oita.
It was Oita. It was Oita outside of Beppu City. That was actually really cool.
Yeah. I was gonna say that had to be such a surreal feeling for you guys.
It was crazy.
They ran down the wrong way on the escalators.
Yeah.
And we're like, I can't believe they're doing this, because like etiquette in Japan is so important, and they follow it to a T, and they do not break it. And it was like, for them to break that cultural custom because they were so excited they saw us, that was like, wow, like that was really cool.
Yeah.
Like their appreciation for wrestling out there was outstanding. It's 100% different than over here in America.
Oh yeah, completely different over here in the States for sure. But that's pretty cool that you guys got to experience a lot of different styles of training, because no two people are the same. You're going to pick the brains of different individuals, and you're going to complete, the full package superstar that you guys are right now, because you were able to experience different, types of wrestling. So that's pretty cool that you guys got to go throughout all these different countries and pick the brains of some legends. And you mentioned Taka. It's funny, I play competitive wiffle ball, and one of our teams in our league named a team after Taka. They're called the Taka Drivers.
That's cool. That's awesome.
We have a couple teams. I'm in the new wiffle order, NWO, if you will. So we play a lot of wrestling names into our wiffle balls. That's funny you brought up Taka. But you two have been racking up some wins lately and are constantly traveling to new independents, it seems like, every month. Now, what would you say is the biggest highlight so far of your tag team run?
That's a great question. I personally, and I think just because we've wanted to be there for so long and it's such a big place, is when we got to run in and stake our claim at Warrior, and show that we were like, hey, by the way, we're a threat. You know what I mean? Here,
we beat people up, and it's about to be a problem and an issue.
Yes.
And for me, Warrior was the only indie outside of Michigan coming to Michigan, and not only coming to Michigan, but coming to Grand Rapids, our hometown. And that to me was like, gotta be there. And then there was a time where they shut down for a little bit, and I was like, oh my gosh, my heart, that sucks. And then the moment I saw Resurrection, I looked at my brother and I go, we will be there before the truck is there. We will be there before the promoter is there.
Yes.
We're going to be there dressed to a T, like professionals, ready to go, because that is a place we will be, and that is a place we will be prominent. And, we hear they've never had tag titles.
Right.
And I don't know if you've looked at our history, but being the inaugural of things is kind of our thing. So we've got our eyes set on when those belts come into fruition, because if anyone's going to make them come to play, it's going to be us.
Right.
I think we're due for some tag team belts in Warrior for sure, with the amount of incredible tag teams that have come through that promotion over the past couple years. And like you guys mentioned, they kind of came to a halt a couple years ago, and now they are fully running. It's almost every month now you can catch a show. Hell, they even just announced that they're going to be running in my hometown, Crown Point, Indiana, in July. So hopefully you boys are going to be there, because I'll tell you what, first round's on me afterwards.
Hey, heck yeah. Is that the Oath Day, or is that a different one?
Oh, I am not sure. They just posted it like a couple minutes ago on X.
I'm going to have to go check that right now.
Yeah, so this is breaking news. It's the Block Party.
News coming to you.
With Marina Shafir and the Outrunners. So you guys versus the Outrunners now.
Hey, listen,
Hey.
I'm not saying I've heard such things before, but I mean
Listen, we love the Outrunners. We love them, and we love everything they do. It would be a shame that their run had to come to an end when they have a match with us.
Yeah.
So we appreciate everything you do, but just don't step on our toes, please.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we love you, but money talks. So.
And Mr. Outlaw has a lot of money that he's constantly giving us.
He does have a lot of money. He does have a lot of money, and we're also open to just money. So
I'll answer talks, bullshit walks, right?
Money.
Exactly. So at that, you guys brought it up at that last Warrior show. You two won your tag team turmoil match with a little bit of help from the rudest Trevor Outlaw, might I add. And in Trevor's match with Sam Beal, you two decided to get involved there and return the favor by helping him defeat Sam Beal for the second time in a few months. So what is the reasoning behind this alliance with Trevor Outlaw?
Here's my thing. I mean, in Sam and Trevor's
Steve
match,
might be listening.
I mean, listen. If Trevor and Sam are gonna have a no DQ match and Sam's not gonna have a plan, that sounds like dumb beer brains to me. Yeah. Like that's what you get for drinking Busch Light.
Listen,
I mean, and you're just Busch League.
Like, Trevor is a smart guy. I mean, and he's a tactical guy.
He is.
So if I was a man who believed that logic is the way, and I'm at a show and I see two guys who look like they're ready to throw some hands in the back, and you happen to ask them how much they charge for services, and then you end up striking a rapport with these two, why wouldn't you get some assistance? Yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, and you know what? It's easy to work with him because we're very like-minded. Mm-hmm. We are really bad at waiting in line. It's just never been. I mean, since we've been little kids, I'm always trying to run up there.
I'm looking at
I was punching ankles, and it just, so like it's never been something we can do. And he has the same mindset. So it really comes down to what's best for us and business. And right now, and for the foreseeable future, that's Mr. Trevor Outlaw.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a dangerous trio to me. I mean, obviously we've had Sam on the show before. We've also had Trevor on the show before, but
Trevor's episode was better.
Oh, you think so?
I know so. I mean, gosh, you could go back and look at the ratings, but it'd take too long to pull it up.
Oh, don't worry, I can look at the ratings after.
No, it's
show.
fine. No, it's fine. Literally, you should ask the next question. We only
don't worry. This one will do better than all of them combined.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah. So let's talk about that 6-man tag match you guys got coming up next Friday. So you three will be taking on the Perminator himself, Sam Beal, Amazonga, and Ryan Mathias. So how are you two feeling ahead of this huge 6-man tag match? Because this rivalry is getting pretty intense. So how are we feeling heading into that match?
Listen, we have some knowledge to drop on everybody. We have known those three individuals for quite some time. I think personally, I have known the Amazonga for a long, long time. And same with Ryan, and same with Sam. Sam has helped us a lot in our careers. Don't get us wrong.
That's fair. He's been nice.
Right. And so, we've decided the best way to repay him is by punching him in the mouth. Because listen, we understand that like Sam's the guy. Everybody, everywhere we go, beer. Yeah, that's cute. And I'm sure he's going to come up with some plan that is going to help him and his guys win. But we saw what his plan did last time, and we're going to see how his plan works this time, and it's not going to go well.
And like you said, he's helped us out a lot, but he didn't help us get this good for just to have him stand in the way. So we're going to have to knock him down like we do everybody else. It's going to be a domino effect as he gets into Mathias and he gets into Amazonga. And it's not going to be the first time we've knocked those two down.
And one more thing about Amazonga, just a personal little vendetta I have. I pretty much have a personal punch card. And it's every time I wrestle Amazonga, I need to super kick him in the mouth. Mm-hmm. And so far,
historically,
I'm 4 for 4. And I can send you the clips.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, as long as my foot is going between his teeth, then I won.
I talked about that on Twitter earlier.
I was going to say, I saw you guys going back and forth on Twitter earlier today about that. He might have
said a lot of words, which is good practice for.
He's getting good at those.
Yeah, he's getting good. He's going to have to type out words a lot when he's got nothing but gums to flap with. So
strong words from the Leo brothers. Okay, I'll be there. I'm not going to say I'm picking sides, but I could be paid off too. Just saying.
That's cute.
Yeah, that's cute. I'm not sure what that does for us.
I mean, I paid Trevor to come onto our show, so you're basically getting my money right now, is what I'm.
Yeah,
thinking.
I mean, hey, you're saving money. You can save up and buy that, plane ticket to Turkey to help your little situation there.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one.
That's just good advice. I mean,
yeah, we do good business.
That's why I usually wear hats. But hey,
right.
one day you might lose your hair too.
Which we have on our fourth wall. Just like
you
this one, you can wear and be like me, except for I like wearing this one backwards. I don't think this one's available anymore. That's why you got to go on our fourth wall and buy our merch, because Jay makes so many cool designs so fast that I can't leave them up that long.
Jay makes your guys' merch?
All of it.
Yeah, I design all of our merchandise because I don't want anyone messing up our perfect merch. So I do it all myself.
You know, just because you make your merch, I'm definitely gonna have to get something after this show.
Yeah.
You got my word. I'll grab something right after this.
All kinds of good stuff, and we'll have all kinds of good stuff at our table too. Come
Friday,
5/15, yeah.
But don't spend too much because plane tickets are expensive. So you do got to save up for that, dog.
Yeah, this is true. I was at WrestleMania in Vegas, so I spent a few bucks over there.
A few dollars.
Let's just say I lost over $1,000 the first night at the casino.
I cannot imagine.
Don't go to Vegas by yourself, boys. That's all I'm saying. Don't go by yourself. But a few more quick questions before I send you two on your way. If you guys could book a dream tag team title match against any team, past or present, who would it be and why?
I feel like I know the name. We usually say the same person, but it's also like any time or present. If it's any time, it changes. If
That's
it's
true.
right now, the answer is the same. We probably say it at the same time in 3.
Well, give me both then. If present and now.
Yeah, it's FTR.
I think it was FTR for a long time because they are like the definition of tag team wrestling.
Yeah. Like if we didn't have the Rock and Roll Express, I'd look at FTR and be like, they're the ones who wrote the book type of thing. You know what I mean? Like they're the modern day wrote the book on it type of thing.
However, if we could pick any tag team, I would have loved the opportunity to work with the Briscoe brothers.
Yeah.
I saw a match. I'm gonna get emotional.
It's understandable, man. It's understandable.
I saw a match that they had at Warrior against the Workhorsemen, I believe. And I believe they were ROH tag champions at the time. Really good. And I remember thinking that was my I want to be a Warrior.
I gotta be a Warrior guy.
I was like, I want to be a Warrior and I want to wrestle the Briscoes. And I love watching Mark, do his thing now. And I always think like, man, just how awesome would it be to be able to do anything with, just him or anything adjacent to like working with the Briscoes, any sort of facet, So like,
well, and those two tag teams, their history together is in itself.
That trilogy.
Yes.
Ooh,
the dog collar match.
I've got it's that thing that I can't stop rewatching, like
it's interesting because when people ask me, people ask you what your favorite wrestling match of all time is. I think my favorite wrestling match ever is the Briscoes and FTR at, I believe it was Supercard of Honor.
Yeah,
when they just reintroduced like the old school Ring of Honor titles back.
Right.
I could watch that match over and over and over.
The Briscoes are incredible, man. I had to. There was like a figure, I can't pull it up here right now, but it was like 1 of 5,000. It was from their dog collar match, and they're all bloodied and everything. I was that's something you have to have just to remember that feud and those moments that they had. Man, just incredible stuff from the Briscoes.
That double dog collar match might be like maybe like if I had a stipulation like favorite tag match of all time, I think that's it.
Yes,
I don't know if there's one better. My all-timer though, probably will forever be the Dudley Boys.
Oh yes, yeah.
If I had a chance to wrestle a prime Bubba and Devon, or even like, fucking 5 years or so before they decided to hang it up, I would take it. They were forever the guys that I always thought were so flippin' cool. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it was, but something about the 3D to me, I'm like, that's magic. They created.
They set it up, dude. The crowd rose.
Yeah, I'm like, they created the coolest tag team move that will ever exist, and no one will ever top it. So it's like, I think even like with our finish, like we tried so hard to get to a point where we have an original finish, something that we've never seen. We truly feel like we created something.
Right.
So every time we do hit it, it's like I always tell him, I'm like, I feel like we'll get a pop for the move, but we always get this like, what was that? Like feel from the crowd. Like you get this like, whoa, like it's like an in and out, and then it comes back out even more, and it's like, whoa. And it was just like, it's always an interesting reaction compared to like a big pop move that everyone just gets really loud for. It's like we almost sent him on like a quick little roller coaster for a second.
You definitely do. You caught me off guard because that's what I was looking. I was like checking out your guys' finishing move, and I was like, I've never seen that before. But that I respect that because you guys are different. You're unique. You're trying different things out, and that stands out in my opinion. That's a unique finisher. So
the first time we ever set that up, it was with a giant swing, and you caught the Blade Runner part of it, and we went, we need to find a better way to do this.
Yeah,
and he's like, what if I just catch like the end of days and they just swing their legs, you catch them, we go. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the way. And from then on out, it was DOA, and nobody gets up from that. So
is that same thought process go into when you're kind of constructing a match? You're kind of just like feeling things out as you go, or do you pre-plan a lot?
It's hard because like it depends on like what it calls for and kind of like what you're trying to accomplish in a match.
I think for me, usually when I'm thinking about like a match that's coming up, I love like film, I love cinema, I love like, as I mentioned previously, like theater.
Yeah.
So like I always think about it from that aspect of like, man, what do we want people to feel during this part? And how can this move incite this feeling? And how can we get to this point and have people exactly where we want them emotionally? I love that part because I think it's so crazy that wrestling is this thing where you can like force an emotion in a room full of people. That is so insane to me, and I just love it. So when I plan matches, when like we're planning matches and stuff, and I'm pitching stuff, I'm like, okay, so this would be the perfect part because I want this reaction at this point, so that way when we watch it back, we can show that we just went and feel this, boom, and just stay in it. I love that.
And I think about moments like Tag Team Turmoil when we came out, and after just 20 minutes of pure chaos, we came out and hit a double back elbow and got one of the loudest boos of the night. And that to me was just like, you did it. You're like, and it was just like it's that easy. It's that easy to go out there and be that dang good at something so freaking simple and get the reaction that you want from people.
Right.
Oh, did we lose him? Uh-oh.
I don't know where he went. I'll pick up until he shows up.
Oh, okay. Well, they didn't lose us, so they.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's why I jumped in.
Sure we didn't cut off my voice.
No. We heard your beautiful voices loud and clear. Don't worry, you guys are coming in perfect.
Okay.
I don't have additional questions for you guys.
I wanted to expand actually earlier on the training one, so I could do that now. If we want.
Yeah, do that. Go ahead.
So I was gonna, because we ended with Japan, but what we're doing now for training, went back to we're back at Pure Pro, and we're trying to continue helping out on Thursday nights. So if you're a young spry lad in Michigan trying to learn from some of the best and some of the people that we learned from as well, come on down to Pure Pro Wrestling. Catch us on a Thursday night. Heck, go down there any night. There's some good coaches down there. There's a great staff. They're wonderful. And then I'm also working with Rohit on Tuesdays, which you're going to be coming up now too, because you just got your travel all figured out. So we're going to be working with Rohit Raju on Tuesdays as well. So we just never stop. But yeah, if anyone ever wants to come on down and train with some of the best, tag team right here, that's where to find us.
That's awesome. So what do you guys have other than what you guys got going on in South Bend? What do you guys have coming up?
We're going to be working a lot of events for our home promotion, Pure Pro Wrestling, while we're in town.
Yeah, we just added like 2 dates for that, actually.
Right. We're getting ready for some more Warrior shows coming up, which we're excited to, set the pace for the summer. We're kind of hoping that we can be on a little hot streak here of kicking ass and taking names all summer. The summer of the Leo Bros is what we want. Yeah. So,
he's back. He's back. He tried to ignore
this
my
guy.
my
I'm gonna need more money, boys, because obviously this internet ain't cutting it.
Yeah, well, the problem is he's connected to the Burger King next door. So, I mean,
that makes sense. That
yeah.
makes sense. That
So-
explains the bald.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Still on that, huh? Okay. All right, one more. I had one more question actually before
Right.
we were gonna split. Where do you guys see yourselves in the next 12 to 18 months? Do you have any particular big goals in mind, or any promotions that you guys are targeting?
Yeah, we do this thing that has helped us a
every
lot.
year.
Every
Every
year
year.
we make a list of our goals,
Mhm.
and so far we are 4 for 4, where we've hit every bullet point in our yearly list, and so we have a couple bigger ones this.
We always
this time.
put down like some stretch goals that are
Yeah.
always like kind of pushing it, but the last 4 years we've hit every stretch goal we had, so we're like we got to
Right.
start reaching for the
Right.
stick.
So I
That's
think
what
our
we are.
biggest thing is we would like to show up on some sort of televised wrestling. We would
Yes.
love an AEW or Ring of Honor, and we would love to just be a part of the Ring of Honor roster.
Yeah, just to the history and how dear to us that is. That's something we're extremely interested in.
Right. And then like what we've always wanted to be, because of the guys I mentioned earlier, the Briscoes, we've always wanted to be Ring of Honor tag team champions, to have the same sort of legacy, try to, as those guys. So we are hoping that this year we can start down a path that leads us to, getting closer and closer to that goal.
Yes,
100%.
100%.
Wherever or whatever that is.
Fair enough. And hopefully we'll get some tag team titles in Warrior Wrestling very soon.
You know, that's actually on we wanted to put it on the list, but they don't exist yet. But it's a second bullet point in case it happens.
Right.
That you're looking at the inaugural champs right
You
now.
just create the belts and just bring them to a Warrior event, and all of a sudden
That's
you guys
true.
are the Warrior tag team champions.
No.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean,
exactly. What are they
they'd
gonna
be
do?
Our belts.
Bingo.
What do they? Yeah.
It's a great gimmick right there.
You know.
You know.
Uh-oh.
Right,
You know
I'm just here to help out. You know what I mean?
Well, before we send you on your way, guys, don't forget, if you want to see this live in person, it is happening next Friday in South Bend at the Bendix Arena. These two men will be teaming up with Trevor Outlaw. It's going to be an incredible show. Like we have said in the past, and like these two below have mentioned, Warrior Wrestling is one of the best independent wrestling companies out there today. They always deliver every single show. So, boys, before we send you on your way, where can the people find you? And why don't you plug that merch site one more time before we hit on out?
So you can find us on Fourth Wall. I believe it's just tfg-fourthwall.com.
Okay.
That is our online store. It's tfg-shop.fourthwall.com. You can find us there. We also have a dot card. You can find it on all of our social medias that it's connected to. That has our upcoming events on it. It has our online store. As we mentioned earlier, Jay makes all of our designs. He does most of them by hand, like through graphic design and other things like that. So like I always kind of say like
At one point.
oh yeah, we're getting back. We're getting back to
Use the other hand.
I always kind of like make the joke that we're like farm to fork wrestlers. Like everything you see from us is us. If it's on our gear, he probably wrote it and created it. If it's a website that you're on, I probably helped make it. So it's just like everything that we're doing, it's like it's us. We do all of it. There's really no one, there's no interns, there's no staff, it's all us. So check out our Fourth Wall, check us out online. We're on literally all social platforms. Really easy to find us. I don't think there's anything else. The dot card is really easy. It is dot.cards/TFG.
All right, there we go. And there's the handle right there for their socials, guys. Very great handle, by the way. Those effing guys, I love.
It took a second. It took a second to snag that. I had to kind of hawk it for a while. Once I got it, I was like, "We're never leaving this." I'm like, "That's ours forever now."
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, absolutely.
That reminds me of those people like online today when the NCAA tournament just expanded the field for basketball. Now everybody's changing their Twitter handles to 74 since there's now 74 teams. That way, people in these companies have to buy money just to get that handle.
They'll pay them out.
It's
for
crazy,
it.
isn't it? That people will pay for an actual name, but you ain't paying these guys. Actually, you said you like money, so would you sell this? I mean,
hey, there's a number high enough.
everybody has a price, right?
Yep.
Hey, at the end of the day, you can.
Not gonna lie.
You can buy the name those effing guys, but at the end of the day, you won't be those.
Can't replace them.
So
That part right there. So, boys, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I'll see you next Friday, and take care. Good luck next Friday.
Yeah, heads are gonna roll, baby.
Let's go. See you then.
See you guys.
Hell yeah. Thanks to the Leo brothers for stopping by. OTM. We love us some Warrior Wrestling. They're going to put on a hell of a show next week. Brett, you won't be there. Ian won't be there. I honestly don't know why you guys are my co-hosts.
Well, here's the thing. I've got kids, you know. Ian doesn't really have an excuse outside of the fact that he's an elitist douchebag.
Wow.
But you know, that's just you know, it is what it is.
That's
right?
how we're going to start off our Backlash talk?
That's how we start off every episode that I'm a part of. I come in
is true.
hot.
So basically, it's like we're restarting a new episode here, guys. So while you're here, hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 600 subscribers, live every single Thursday. Make sure you're following us to keep up, because we did start a little bit early today, but we made things work, Brett. That's how we are. We adjust here at OTM. And we got a big show coming up this Saturday, a PLE. Eric says, are you enjoying your new job, Kyle? Yes, Eric, I am. Thanks for asking. It's good to see you in the chat. To answer if we have Backlash predictions, we are getting into that right now. Overall excitement levels, Brett. How are we feeling going into Backlash this week?
How do you want me to, like, what do you want my rating to be in between here? Do you want me to be
1 through 10? How excited are you?
I'm at about a 4. I think I'm about a 4.
Shout out Brett Favre.
Yeah. Well, not unless you live in the state of Mississippi.
Shout out Dick Pics.
Don't sue me. Yeah. So I don't know. There's not the Fatu and Roman angle intrigues me. Outside of that, I'm having trouble grabbing anything else that excites me. Which again leads to me not really wanting to watch Backlash.
It's
but
just so close to WrestleMania, man.
Yeah.
Like, give us time to breathe.
Yeah, I mean, I get
That's
it.
where I'm at.
I get it, right? You want to try to tie some knots and dot some I's and cross some T's with some rivalries and things like that. But yeah, I mean, you don't really give WrestleMania a chance to breathe. But a lot of the reason for that is because it's a weekly business, right? They're going to keep going and they're going to keep churning out. There's injuries, people are getting hurt, and people are leaving the company. So a lot going on.
We don't need to talk about the releases. We're tired of all the negativity that we are seeing online. We're going to try to be as positive as possible. But I tend to agree, man. The excitement levels really aren't there for this Saturday. And listen, the card is fine. There's going to be a couple good matches, I'm sure. But it's just tough. When you have all this negative publicity going on online, I feel like that is also tarnished a little bit of the excitement going into this pay-per-view a little bit, Brett.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just the world we live in now. You know, when we were growing up and we were in high school and things like that, social media was starting to become more and more of a thing. And we weren't really getting spoilers. We weren't really getting everybody's opinion, right? We kind of had our group of guys who would watch it and talk about, you know, what we think would happen or what we think should happen. But a lot of it was we just watched it to be, you know, entertained, because that's what it is, right? We didn't really want to sit there and pick apart everything. We wanted to watch it, and we wanted to enjoy a product that we enjoy watching. So, yeah, I mean, it does it take some of the wind out of the sails? Yes, it does, because again, it kind of kills any momentum that they were trying to build based on, you know, secrets or keeping things hidden or whatever the case might be. But if you just stay in your lane, you know, mute the negative accounts or even just stay off of social media, you know, going up to, you know, PLEs and things like that, you know, it'll make for a much better viewing experience, at least in my opinion. I've
just listen to us and everybody
away
at the Main Event Wrestling Network. I mean,
yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that as well. If you want to just follow our platforms, that would probably be more ideal.
It probably would save you a lot of anxiety, mental sanity. You will look at wrestling different if you come hang out with us over here. So let's start with a fun one. Danhausen, who has been all over WWE TV, he's going to be teaming up with TBA, who is debuting. Actually, no, that's TBA's TBA. Taking on The Miz and Kit Wilson, who is not toxic. He's not toxic whatsoever. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to go with a wild card here. I think Royce Keys will be the TBA here for Danhausen, since he's on SmackDown and he really doesn't have a direction right now.
Yeah.
I think the fun one, though, Brett, might be CM Punk.
So I'll do you one better. How about Obafemi?
But he's doing all the open challenges right now. What does he fit into this?
That's fine. He just beats the shit out of people. Like what?
Danhausen's friends with Obafemi? I don't believe it.
Why wouldn't he be?
I guess. What do you think?
Danhausen is the brain. Obafemi is the muscle. It works
would be
perfectly.
Pretty entertaining.
It works perfectly. It really does. And again, it's not. It's one of those things where it doesn't have to last, and it doesn't have to come back at at a certain point. And be like, oh well, Danhausen. Just a one-off. It's an exciting one-off to see Danhausen and Obafemi, in my opinion, beat The Miz and Kit Wilson. But we'll see. I think that would be an exciting one. I do think Royce Keys is a very good choice.
He needs it.
I don't know if Punk's coming back this early after WrestleMania, but especially with them hinting towards Cody Rhodes, him and Cody Rhodes. So I don't know. I don't see where he would fit in this.
Right away. Yeah, I don't either. It definitely would be. Regardless, it's probably going to be a one-off for whoever gets involved here. And Danhausen's going to win. Danhausen's undefeated.
Yeah.
Him and his partner are going to win. It's going to be fun. It's just a weird match to throw on a PLE. I feel like this is a match you would maybe see on a SmackDown. I don't know.
I think with the hype that Danhausen's been getting and the just everything that he's doing is succeeding with the fan base. Especially with how viral he was going with cursing the Knicks and getting into the ESPN personalities. So you got to put him on the card. You got to put your highest billing
He's a cash
artists
cow.
on the or performers on the card. So
people love Danhausen.
It'll be exciting. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like even if this match is only 5 minutes long, it'll accomplish what they need to accomplish. So I'm excited. Absolutely. I think that'll be a fun one.
Yeah, no harm, no foul on that match right there. But this one I think might start Backlash, at least it's just my guess. Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. I definitely believe you always have to start hot. And with them airing it on ESPN2, it might be on the first hour kicking off Backlash. But it's a tough one for me, Brett, because we talked about it. We assumed that this was going to probably be a WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
But still knowing that information, I would have assumed that it would have been a trilogy regardless. So I think mentally I'm under the assumption here that this isn't going to just be a one match and be done. So under that assumption, I'm going to go with Seth Rollins to win the first one because I think the story that they could tell here, Brett, is that Braun is still young and still unhinged, that he's not fully clicking mentally and he's not ready to be champion because you can delay that moment a little bit longer with Braun Breaker. I don't think Braun is actually harmed by losing to Seth Rollins here. A lot of people might disagree, but I'm curious what your thoughts are.
I don't think him losing hurts anything. It's Seth Rollins. It's one of the best the business has seen. I'm on a very opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to Braun Breaker, because I haven't in my eyes, especially with he's been hurt, so it's kind of hard for me to kind of hitch back to that wagon.
Sure.
But I just he's been getting the pushes, but in my opinion, he just hasn't really produced at the level that he should be producing at.
It hasn't gotten to that next level, I think is
right.
What you're getting at. Yeah.
Correct. So, like you said, I do think it's going to be more of a this is where we're starting type of thing. And Rollins, being the savvy vet, is going to show, Braun, hey, this is how it's done kind of thing.
Sure.
So I do think Rollins will end up kicking it off, but I do think it'll be an exciting match as long as both men can stay healthy.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to say. I think we want both men to just come out of this match healthy, and we could keep going with this.
Let's keep the feud going.
You know how Triple H is. We got to stretch this thing to SummerSlam, bro. We got 8 more months.
It's just SummerSlam.
You enjoying the show?
We got to get it to WrestleMania. What are you talking about?
Don't say that. They might.
Oh, well.
You enjoying the show? That's the Triple H. This is why we do what we do.
I'm the chaperone. Oh, that was a long time ago. Never mind.
Oh, look who it is. Oops, I guess I'll have to go back and watch the first 45 minutes later. And Dirk, you might want to do that, but that's a great name.
Well, anybody named Dirk.
Sounds like a stand-up individual.
What a name, right? Dirk Van Fleet.
To answer your question, Eric, I did not watch Dynamite and Collision last night because I was playing wiffle ball, and I'm guarantee you, Brett, did not watch AEW.
I had a stick of dynamite up my ass because I shit my brains out last night. So,
what did you eat? Was that the Burger King?
No, I don't. I have not had Burger King.
What was up with the Leo brothers coming at my bald head so much? They can't get more creative.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the only thing they got on me.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all you guys got on me. Now
I think that's just like a thing amongst people with hair and wrestle. You know,
it is the bald thing is huge right now in wrestling for some reason.
Yeah, so it's just let it ride the wave type of thing. You know,
I took it off the chin. Just trust me, because I know that's like
you've
been the only thing you can really get at me.
Here's the thing: is you embraced it, right? You embraced it. So
look at me, shiny
absolutely.
As hell. Saving money on shampoo. Who knows? MJF might be joining me as a fellow bald here in a couple weeks.
He might.
We might find out at Double or Nothing. But surprisingly, we're both going with Seth freaking Rollins to win here, aren't we?
We sure are.
Play the music, everybody, so we don't get copyrighted. We can't play it.
Well, we could. We just,
Oh, we could show you the clip of us at WrestlePalooza when Seth Rollins' music hit.
Yeah.
It was just...
Well, that's because it was a different, we
love Seth Rollins, but he was feuding with CM Punk, and Punk's an OTM guy. He doesn't know
The song is catchy. You just can't.
It's a CFO
you can't
song,
not.
though.
It's hard to not start the chant. But yeah, when he was feuding with Punk,
no sell that. No sell Seth.
Absolutely not.
Nope. Hey, you can't see him, but apparently you can. From time to time, on every PLE since he retired, John Cena's going to be there. Brett, he's got a groundbreaking announcement. He's right behind you as
right
well.
there.
He follows us on X.
Go ahead.
What is this? Is this WWE Club?
Yeah, it's whatever promotion they're going to be pushing next.
What could it be that actually is substantial?
Grab cash.
I can't think of anything that they could that would be truly groundbreaking for WWE right now.
I don't know unless they're opening up a center, a training center somewhere, and they'll allow fans, to buy tickets, and they can see some wrestlers train and things like that.
Could be that.
Mania in London, they could be announcing a WrestleMania.
They've never done a Mania outside the States, right? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that is pretty monumental. So that could be the case.
Yeah.
But I'm just warning people now. You know what WWE does. They hype up these announcements, and it ends up being a plug for something.
Yeah.
So we're just warning you.
Yep.
Yes, John Cena's going to be there. Yes, he's the GOAT. But it's probably not going to be anything substantial.
No.
Watch. Now we'll get clipped, and it's going to be one of the biggest stories coming out of the weekend.
It could be.
Who knows? We still won't see him, though, right?
I haven't seen him in years. I don't know. I genuinely, I'm surprised that he's still talked about.
You know who's being talked about a lot is Kairi Sane, a name that was recently released from the WWE. Apparently, there's rumors that she might be getting involved in this match, but I'm not buying rumors because I said it earlier this week on one of my other shows. Never believe what you see online because most of the time it is not true. So I'm not buying the fact that Kairi is going to be here. Let's look at it just what it is on paper. Io Sky and Asuka, which is a feud that they've invested plenty of time in. Me and you talked about it. This probably should have or could have been on the WrestleMania 42 card. We're getting it here at Backlash.
Yeah.
Obviously, we are under this assumption that Kairi won't be there. She's not getting involved. So with knowing that, Brett, how do you see this one shaking out?
It's going to be the match of the night. It'll probably be the best match on the card.
Probably, now that you mention it.
These wrestlers, these performers, superstars, whatever they want to be called, both of them are phenomenal at it, and they have incredible chemistry. So, again, leaving out any kind of interruption, run-in, whatever the case might be, I'm excited for a very, very, explosive match between these two. Every time I have seen them wrestle, I don't think I've ever been disappointed or been like, they could have done this more.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. So no, I'm excited. it's hard to think like there won't be some sort of run-in again, because you know how they are, how WWE is, and like, oh shit, we may have made a mistake, and maybe the wrestler and whomever came back and was like, all right, I'll take this amount of money, and whatever the case might be. But if this is a feud that they want to keep running with, I think Asuka wins. If not, then Io will win this match.
I mean, you're right. If they do decide to continue it, which I don't see how you can continue it when Kyrie was the focal point of your story.
Yep.
That's what sucks here is like we are so in the weeds when it comes to wrestling. We consider ourselves to be smart wrestling fans. So we know the only reason this match is truly happening is because of the mistreatment by Asuka to Kyrie. But the way that you spoke on it is true as well. You suspend that disbelief right there and look at it for what it is. This match is going to be fucking great.
Yeah.
Io Sky and Asuka are two of the best in the game right now. So I'm looking forward to it in ring, but it's got to be Io Sky for me. I don't see how you continue it without Kyrie. Now, let's say that rumor somehow is true, Brett. Kyrie does return.
Yep.
Io's still winning regardless, in my opinion, because Kyrie would probably help Io win.
So, but that's how you kind of branch a new rivalry. And again, it could go both ways.
Spark it.
Yeah, it could go both ways, right? It's like she costs Io by accident, Io gets mad, or vice versa. She costs Asuka, and then that leads into its own little thing. So there's a lot of routes they can go if that is the case. If that's not the case, I could see the only reason why I could see Asuka still winning it is if there's somebody else that she's got or somebody else that she's worked with in the past that comes to ringside or whatever the case might be, and then that somehow involves, or evolves the feud between them. But yeah, no, I again, if we just put it and look at it face value as far as the match goes, yeah, I'd give it to Io.
Yeah, for sure. So we're both going with Io Sky in that one. Two more matches to talk about. This one, we've had a gingerbread man involved. We got the U.S. title involved. It might be 2019. I feel like I went back into a time machine for this feud. And listen, these two are very talented wrestlers. We appreciate both of them. But I think I speak for Brett and for probably the rest of OTM. Let's finish this up. Let's end this feud now. Have Trick retain the title. And let's move on to Trick versus Mello. That's all I got, Brett.
Yep.
Yes, Warrior. Yes,
yep.
Warrior. You're a little late. You're about 55 minutes late.
In their defense, we do usually start at around 8 Eastern. But 7
we
Eastern.
Went an hour early today.
The 7 Eastern was the time to accommodate for our guests. But I mean, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't care.
You're a Sami Zayn hater.
I don't care about Sami Zayn. I don't care about. I shouldn't say that. I'm sure he's a great person.
Care about
outside
his
the ring. Yada yada yada. I can't get behind why he's a part of this.
why he's acting the way that he's acting.
Right. Let's just have Trick win. Let's get to the Mello feud. That's what everybody, or the Ilya feud, whoever you wanna put in there outside of Sami Zayn.
Something different.
I'm there for it. But yeah, let's get Sami Zayn out of here, or somewhere else.
He's going to go after Cody. You know they've been teasing it.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm just warning you now. It's not just you, because there's other people that dislike Sami.
And that makes me even more disappointed.
You're gonna get Sami
because
Zayn in the world title scene.
I did make a guarantee on a stream that if he was a world champion at the next WrestleMania, that I was going to get butt naked and twerk. So I don't want that to happen. Chat, you shouldn't want that to happen either. So it would just be best if Sami Zayn just
skedaddle.
Just stopped. Just stop.
Don't worry, Sami. I know you're not watching this.
Trick's a winner.
I still am a fan of Sami Zayn, even though this character doesn't. Trick's the more entertaining. He's the future. He's the guy that needs to hold on to that strap. They're putting him on every TV show imaginable. Trick Williams is a megastar. There's no way he's losing.
He's got the charisma. He's got the look. He's got the in-ring ability. Like, he is going to be their cash cow coming down the line. Like, he's
if he's not already.
He is rocketing up the list. So I wouldn't be surprised if he loses the United States Championship at some point this year, and he's
the main one.
in a much more main event picture.
Sure.
Very shortly. But yeah, Trick Williams will win this match easily.
Whoop,
hopefully.
that Trick. We both are on the same page once again. I don't think we've differed once on this card, and we're probably not going to differ here because in the main event, we got our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, taking on the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
If this match were to happen at any other point during the calendar year, I would be all on the Jacob Fatu train. I would say, let's do it. Pull the trigger on Fatu. He's hot right now. He's got the juice. But Roman just won that title. Yeah. If you were going to hotshot the title on the Jacob Fatu a month later, you should have just kept the title on CM Punk and not even given the belt to Roman Reigns.
Yep.
So I'm under the assumption that Roman Reigns is going to retain. Maybe we get a second match between Roman and Jacob because there is still a Fatu out there, Zilla Fatu, who is not signed to WWE. I'm not saying he's going to be there, but don't be surprised if Roman Reigns gets some kind of help because it just seems like any Samoan match, any Samoan main event, shenanigans are going to be afoot. But the pick is Roman Reigns, Brett. How are we feeling about this main event here?
I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense because I would have thought the angle for Roman and Fatu would have been probably better if it was Fatu beating Punk and then Roman
that would have been fun.
Kind of like Fatu kind of saying, "Hey, I'm the tribal chief now. I'm the leader of our family," type of thing.
That would have been better.
And again, then now you've got the two heads of the table, if you will, going at it. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense for them to have Roman win. If you're gonna believe the tabloids and everything that he's gonna be gone for the next month, then maybe Fatu does shock everybody and walks out with the title, especially since he is the hot hand.
He is.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I again, that's a very quick reign for Roman. That just doesn't make sense. But they haven't made sense before. So
listen. We've seen the reports, the rumors, whatever you want to call it, that maybe Roman is going to be off TV for June. Once again, let me reiterate, because a lot of you people trickled in later. Don't believe most of the bullshit that you see online. But if that bullshit is true, Jacob Fatu probably could win this match. I'm putting it at like a 5% chance. That's how confident I am. And trust me, I don't think anybody would be mad. I don't know anybody who would be upset if Jacob Fatu beat Roman. I just think we would be more confused on why you had Roman beat CM Punk is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had talked about it in previous shows leading up to Mania, where it's like you're not going to have Roman lose another main event of WrestleMania. You're just not. Like he had lost 2 in a row. One losing the belt, one, so it's like it wasn't going to happen. Obviously the other match was a triple threat with Punk and Rollins, but it doesn't make sense, especially if you are still propping Roman to be the face of the company, which I know obviously Cody has that argument and so on and so forth, but if you're trying to bring more prestige to that title, which I think Punk maybe surprised them a bit. And actually had elevated that title more than they thought he was going to. So now it's like, well, shit, we already have this on the storyboard. Let's just keep running with it type of thing. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't think anybody would be mad if Fatu won. I just don't think it doesn't make logical sense because I do think this is something that's going to continue for a bit.
Even if Jacob got the upper hand on Raw.
Right.
We know how that goes.
Yeah, and I think this is just going to be another bigger story with the bloodline, and it's just going to hopefully be a little bit newer and more fresh than the previous bloodline run.
Yes.
But yeah, I think either way, I don't think anybody will be disappointed on whomever wins.
Let them cook too. Let's not end this in like 10 minutes. Let Roman and Jacob get after it, because you saw when Roman got after it with Punk. Because a lot of people criticize Roman Reigns still to this day about his in-ring moves. He's only got like 5 moves. A lot of the greats only have a few moves because he brings out emotion. He makes you care. It's like the Leo brothers were saying. You want to get emotionally invested first, and then the moves are secondary.
Well, yeah,
Roman Reigns can still go in ring. Like, we know he's a good in-ring wrestler. We're gonna get a good match.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like you tell a story emotionally in the ring. You can tell a story physically in the ring. You can just tell a story with your eyes and the way that you're conveying things. So facial expressions. So yeah, I mean there's a lot that goes into it, and everybody can complain about they've only got 5 moves or whatever the case might be. That's fine. People still consider John Cena the GOAT. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they have 4 moves, 3 moves, 1 move. It doesn't matter. So to the people that say that, you could just sit down, shut up. We don't want to hear it. I don't disagree. One of the outcomes I could see happening is Fatu getting disqualified.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think this could end actually in a disqualification, essentially. I know, obviously, does disqualification even really mean anything? Roman hit Punk with some stairs in a regular sanctioned match, but it didn't get DQ'd. So who knows? Who knows if that's going to be the case? But that makes more sense to me in terms of if they want to continue to keep pushing Fatu, maybe they don't go the route of Roman pinning Fatu, and they keep building up this werewolf, he's unstoppable, like, trend.
He was in jail, damn it.
Well,
people forget. And I just got confirmation from Steve at Warrior Wrestling. I will be working that Crown Point show. So
wow.
For the people out in Northwest Indiana, if you want to come hang out with me at that Warrior show, that's my home city. So I will show you around.
Hey, if KJ Orso is there, I'll be there. I'll tell you that right now. Ooh. So if you book him. All right, I'll be there.
Guys, go watch that episode, by the way. It's on this channel. We watched KJ Orso versus Jason Hotch from Warrior Wrestling, Thunderstruck.
Good time.
Last week for episode 289. It was a great week. There was a lot of good clips out there that got shared, so we appreciate Warrior. Oh, look at that. You are invited, too. Apparently, you got the invite as well.
Well, wait, what day is it? I retweeted it.
And look at that. I'm getting texts like crazy about this Crown Point show. Pluggo just texted me from the network. He goes, so are you throwing the block party for Warrior's next show? I go, well,
maybe.
I'll tell you what, Warrior Wrestling.
We can rip it live.
I am about to, I will work. I will work and drink.
I don't have to work. That's huge. That's huge news for me, actually.
You're going to have to hand out some t-shirts.
That's huge news for me. I don't have to work. I'm just gonna be fraternizing with everybody. That's going to be lit.
Henry's just scared. He doesn't want to see me in the ring. I was ready for that Rumble in Ryan Guy's
July
Brewery a couple 19th.
Okay.
I think that might be T-Walk's bachelor party. And if it is, I'm going to be very pissed. Then
it's a Sunday, though. So you surely you would be either winding down or on the way back.
Oh, maybe you're right.
So it would be because I assume it's going to be an evening show, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming it's an evening show, right? Oh, he's never scared, dude. Oh. Wait, am I talking to somebody different now on the account? I don't know.
What if it's KJ Orso? That'd be lit, actually.
We actually don't know who we're talking to now he got me all kinds of fucked up. But as you can see, the title was on the line tonight. I know we don't typically do that. How much do tickets usually cost? I believe if you want to sit front row at a Warrior show, it's typically like $100, but you do get a lot of cool free stuff with that as well.
Yes, front row, ringside, VIP, $103.
You get to meet people though, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of words here. I don't know how to read, but I assume that's part of the deal. Ringside rows 2 and 3, $62. Again, this is with service fees, by the way. And then standing room general admission, $31.60. I mean, that is
worth it.
Extremely inexpensive.
And it's at a brewery. Like all their shows are at.
You're gonna be able to drink. Have a good time, high five the wrestlers. They might even super kick you in the face. That's what it's all about. So
that is what it's all about.
You get your money's worth either way, whether you're standing or you get the front row experience.
Well, I also just got confirmation. Pluggo said he wants to sponsor that show as well. So if it is open, Henry, I think the Main Event Wrestling Network would love to sponsor your next Crown Point show. I just posted on Facebook, so I'm going to try to get.
Yeah. I love that. I'm doing all kinds of work tonight. I'm
putting butts in seats right now for him.
I'm doing all kinds of work.
And I'm getting buried. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Always open for y'all. Look at that. We don't have to buy a ticket to go there. And I'll tell you what, If you met Trevor Outlaw, Eric, you would love him because that dude, he keeps it real all the time. Kayfabe's always alive with Trevor Outlaw. We love him over here. Actually, no, we hate him, right?
Yeah, I thought he was a real piece of shit. So, I don't know.
I don't know. With the Leo brothers. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Yeah.
They were on this podcast today. Yeah. On the mark, right? Something like that.
It sounds familiar.
It was a pretty good conversation. He's mean.
That's what I heard.
Dude, you don't. Yeah, he is rude. That's what
he's the rudest, actually, some would say.
Hey, look, at no grand introduction here, Eric. You were the only one commenting until Warrior showed up, so congrats. I believe that's an and still, right? You won it last week, right, Eric? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to say and still, MVM of the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. Eric, no, last week was Warrior. So
I was going to say,
was
it Warrior last week?
So, and new MVM of the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. There we go. So,
I'll give another applause.
Yeah. You didn't win the belt this week, Warrior. You can't win it 2 weeks in a row, apparently.
Yeah.
You were late.
Yeah, he was.
The Leo brothers weren't late, though. We had an excellent conversation with them. So if you're watching us live right now, run it back once we end this stream.
Mm-hmm.
Check out that conversation because the Leo brothers are teaming up with the rudest, Trevor Outlaw, to take on the Perminator himself, Sam Beal, Amazonga, and Ryan Matthews at Warrior Wrestling Hallowed Ground, taking place next Friday at the Bendix Arena in South Bend, Indiana. I will be there. Plugga will be there. We will be handing out Main Event Wrestling Network and Warrior Wrestling shirts. Brett, it's going to be a fantastic time, and it was a great conversation with the Leo brothers. I appreciate you stepping in when my internet went to shit.
Hey, listen, I'm always ready. I saw your screen freeze.
Yeah, how did that go? I gotta watch it back. What happened when it was going on?
So they were chatting, right? He was going on with his answer, and you had like a very like face going, and then I just saw it was frozen, and I was like, I'm going to wait and see if he's just lagging. Maybe he brought up a different tab. Maybe. And then it just went into the spinning wheel of death. And I was like, well, wait a minute. So then he was like, again, he finished and then he looked up. And then, because I was about to jump in. And then he looked up. He's like, oh no, did we lose him? And then I was in there. So we came in. We covered what we needed to cover. I said, listen, I don't have questions, but why don't you tell us what you guys got coming up?
Well, that's basically what I was going to get to.
And that's exactly what you said. But they did give a different answer, so it worked out. It worked out well. They were champs about it. They didn't give you too much of a hard time. They didn't blame the fact that you were bald for it. And then we went right into you just bumming Burger King's Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? So
yeah, fair enough. I don't know why people are calling me and texting me during these podcasts. Like, look, I'm getting a call from Jordan Kamer, who's also a friend of ours. But guys, we're live right now. You know when we do this shit. Yeah. Jeez, unprofessional as hell. But hey, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you came to watch the Leo Brothers interview or you wanted to talk Backlash, we appreciate you. So if you're enjoying what we're doing, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 600 subscribers over here at OTM, and we're doing some great things over at the Main Event Wrestling Network. We are only 15 days away from the next 24-hour main event stream happening at the Main Event Wrestling Network. Wow. We will be on there, of course, because everybody has their own designated time slots. Brett, we ran it last year, and it went smooth, and I expect this year to be even better. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it's always a good time getting everybody together and everybody doing their own thing, you know. So it's a little mix of everything. You're getting a clip of everybody, right? So that's a part of the network. So you're kind of getting the jack of all trades. You can kind of jump around and
it's like a buffet, if you will.
See who you enjoy and who you enjoy more. You know, it might be us. Who knows? You know what I mean? So you may just love what you see. So you might as well come in. You might as well join everybody and have a good time.
For sure. So it was fun. It was great. But we'll be back once again next week to recap everything from Backlash. Probably talk a little bit about AEW because I know Ian is itching to get there. Mm-hmm. But once again, thank you to the Leo brothers for taking some time out of their day to come hang out here on OTM. Yeah. I will see you all next week here on OTM and at Warrior Wrestling. Brett, you going to be here next week? What's the plan? What do you think?
I should be. Let me look at the calendar. Let me look at my calendar.
What's going on?
Next week, I should be good. The following week, I likely will not be here. I got a buddy coming in from Florida. We're going to be golfing and drinking some alcoholic beverages. So I will likely tune in, but I will not be available to talk shit.
Fair enough. All right, guys. I think that's about all we got for you guys this week. Thank you all for listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.